7 reasons to share your family history with kids. Because your family tree is more than just names. It's full of characters, courage, and the occasional scandal. Every family has a story. And no, we don't just mean Great Uncle Barry's infamous Christmas pudding incident of '82. We're talking about real history, where your family came from, the lives your ancestors lived, the triumphs and trials that shaped who you are today. Sharing your family history with your kids and grandkids isn't just a lovely way to pass the time, it's a gift. One that helps them understand themselves, where they've come from, and maybe even why they always insist on putting tomato sauce on everything. Here are 7 great reasons to sit down, open up, and start sharing your story. 1. It builds a sense of identity. Kids love stories, especially the ones that involve them. When you share family history, you help them see they're part of something bigger than themselves. A chain of people who've laughed, cried, struggled, and celebrated long before they were born. Knowing that their great-great-grandmother came to Australia on a boat with nothing but a suitcase and a stubborn streak can inspire them more than a dozen history books. It helps them feel grounded, connected, and proud of their roots, even if those roots include a few black sheep. 2. It brings history to life. Let's face it, most kids tune out when it comes to dusty history lessons. But when you talk about your grandfather fighting in the war, or your mum raising 5 kids on a single wage, suddenly the past becomes real. It's not just dates and facts, it's stories about real people who faced real challenges. And when it's their own family, it sticks. You're not just teaching them history, you're helping them feel it. 3. It strengthens family bonds. When you share stories, you're not just passing on information, you're making memories. Sitting around the kitchen table, flipping through old photo albums, or pointing out relatives in a faded wedding picture sparks conversation and laughter. It draws everyone closer together. Kids love hearing what their parents were like as children, and they'll be amazed to learn you once had a mullet or could dance without pulling a hamstring. It's in these shared moments that families grow stronger. 4. It encourages resilience. Learning about family members who overcame hardship, whether it was surviving the Great Depression, migrating to a new country, or raising 10 kids in a 2-bedroom house, helps children see that they come from tough stock. These stories teach them that life isn't always smooth sailing, but resilience runs in their blood. That quiet strength, stubborn determination, or sharp sense of humor they inherited didn't come from nowhere. It's empowering to know they're part of a family that's weathered storms and still managed to laugh. 5. It preserves stories that might otherwise be lost. Let's be honest, once you're gone, so are your memories. Unless you pass them on. There are stories only you can tell. Maybe it's about growing up in the bush with no TV, or how your parents met at a dance hall in the 50s. Maybe it's a secret recipe, a family joke, or that one cousin who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. If you don't share them, they vanish. But if you do, they live on and become part of your family's legacy. 6. It teaches gratitude and perspective. When kids hear that their great-grandparents had to walk kilometers to school or share one pair of shoes between siblings, it gives them a little perspective on their Wi-Fi complaints. Understanding the struggles and sacrifices of past generations helps kids appreciate what they have today. It puts their own lives into context and reminds them that the comforts they enjoy didn't appear by magic. They were built on hard work. And maybe, just maybe, they'll stop whining about having to load the dishwasher. 7. It's fun. Seriously. Sharing family history isn't all solemn tales and sepia-toned photos. It can be downright hilarious. Every family has its fair share of quirky characters, dramatic love stories, and eyebrow-raising moments. Whether it's Grandpa's wild haircut in 1974, or the time your cousin accidentally set fire to the barbecue with mosquito spray, these stories are gold. They become part of the family folklore, repeated, exaggerated, and loved for generations. Final word, pass the stories on. You don't need a formal family tree or a DNA test to start. Just a few memories, a cup of tea, and someone to listen. Record a video, write a letter, make a scrapbook, or simply sit down and talk. However you do it, sharing your family history is one of the most valuable things you can offer. Not just to teach, but to connect, laugh, reflect, and remind everyone where they came from. Because the best family stories aren't just about the past. They're the stories that help shape the future.